Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Or to you who might be new in this stream, I am back, though. We did the Cornbread Nation. And I come back for a Breadhead show, just chatting on a Thursday night. And for nothing else than to kick all the technology right in the butt, because we had so much trouble with one of the things in the last program, and it made me mad. And I thought I had it, and I thought I did. Maybe I didn't do something right. I don't know. Technology definitely did something. Then I did something. Then it did something. Then I did something. It was a tug of war, and I thought I had it. Then I realized we went the whole show without the Rumble Studio. We had Rumble up, but not Rumble Studio. So SF podcasting did not go out. That was my fault. I don't know what happened. So anyway, you just can't let it end like that. You got to kick it right in the butt back and say, you will not win. I refuse. And so I want to come back for a little bit. I'm kind of a night owl anyway. Got tons of stuff I could be working on. There's tons of podcast stuff as well as live stuff I could be working on, but I'd rather be right here live on you. It's good to see Platinum Wins back. He's not back in here now, but it was good. A long-time commenter on the Instagram side. Thank you for those that are in Instagram and every other stream. Hope you're having a great Thursday night. We're coming to you live from Studio A, right beside the banks of the Southern Fried River in extreme northwest Georgia, as it flows gently along all the way to Studio B in extreme southwest Georgia, to where Rob is. Been a nice day. The weather's great. It's going to warm up just a tick or two for the weekend and then back down a little bit. This is the niceness before the hard days, the hard, hot, humid days of summer come in. Enjoy it while you can. In some areas of the country, it might be a little longer, but our days of nice weather will be over soon. As far as the temperature, which it's not even really the temperature, it's the humidity which just totally annihilates you in the summertime. Wow. It just grabs a hold of you and drains you. You try to do work outside, it's just the most draining thing. You have to power through. Remember that promo code cornbread for the Patriot Mobile. We just got our landing page yesterday. It looks great. Looks great. I don't have the banner up in this program, and I'd put it in there. But basically, Patriot Mobile /cornbread. We'll have it on our website. Talked to the web designer today. Said 2 more days. So basically Monday, I'm sure. Monday, Tuesday. I can't wait. Everything linked together. All the various little streams, big streams, baby streams, the whole little stream family, all flowing in the right place, all together. So when somebody says, are you on? We always say, well, just about anything you can say we're on. There's a few oddballers out there that may be more dating type stuff. We're not on those. We're not dating. But we're on just about anything you can be on. We try to keep it all up to date. There's a couple of them. It's a fight. But we try. But we do pretty good. Yeah. Great day. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week for me at work. It's been a busy week in a lot of ways. And I'm sure your week has been the same. We're praying for those that another tragedy at Florida State University. And I don't even know if they know yet what prompted this. In some cases, your heart goes out to the parents, and there's been cases where you want to just grab the parents up and throw them in the jail too. We just don't know, what the service revolver was. His mom's, who was a long-serving, I think still, I don't know if she's still, I think so, officer, well decorated, well thought of. Had recently gotten a new one. Her old revolver, service revolver, became her personal revolver. They've been taking people to jail, charging them with crimes for not putting those things up. If they know there was situations where someone was exhibiting violent tendencies or something like that. That happened in the school shooting in Georgia, and also the one up north from us. That one too. Um, Too early to tell on this one if anything like that would be going on. Heart goes out. I always thought about though the parents who some people may doubt it. They would never know their kid's in trouble. They may think there's trouble, but they never think that trouble. My heart goes out to them. And, who's to say? You have to have some hard evidence to prove that they didn't get their boy help, or we don't know. I mean, he's his age. Don't know what he's into. There's a lot of things that he could be into that they know not what. And for those that say there's an impossibility, I will use myself as the test case on this, or the test case for me, and that would be my own self, because nothing to this level, thank the Lord. But I have a son that's in trouble, and it's disheartening. It hurts. It's a lot of drug related and things, and my gut told me something wasn't right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Sit down and had a heart to heart. Sometimes you just don't know. There's no evidence. It's just something, a couple of things kind of made me think something wasn't right, but convinced me that they were fine. Not had no evidence. Weren't doing fine. A parent has a gut feeling, but may not have proof. In some cases, they have proof and do nothing, or try. But if they're an adult, what do you do? Now, you can hide your weapons. Yes. That's a whole nother story. I don't have any weapons, not because I don't believe in them, but because I have a court case from years ago where I'm keeping a guardian of the court. And, there's rules that they lay down. You choose whether you want to break them or not. But I had to rescue a child. I could not have that. And that's what they do to us. So I have for all those years, and I will continue until grown, abide by my word. So anyway, that's a whole nother story too. Just being honest though, transparent Dave. I have ways to defend myself, so unless someone wants to come in. My neighborhood, you wouldn't want me doing anything like that, trust me. Oh, we're in the South, baby. A conservative area. They come rolling out. Take care of the neighbors. I had a guy tell me one time they come do some work. They were just ahead of us. We didn't know they were going to get there as quick as they were. They were walking around my house. We got there, they're sitting in the truck, pulled in the driveway, and the guy gets out. It's got a funny look on his face. And I said, hey, sorry, I was running a little late. I'm here now, though. Let's talk about the work. And he said, yeah, no problem, man. He goes, but I just want to tell you one thing. He said, you got the greatest neighbors in the world. I said, oh, yeah, I do, but why? He said, because they got on us walking around your house. We was trying to tell them you had hired us for work, and they said, well, we don't know that. You get back in your truck. I said, was fixed to pull out when you pulled up. I said, you got great neighbors. They look out for you. I said, amen. Some people don't have that. Some people are afraid of their neighbors. Now, the neighborhood has flipped some, but we still don't have any problems with anybody, but some we don't know as well. But for decades, we've had wonderful neighbors who looked out for each other. You didn't worry about your kids down the road playing. Everybody looked after everybody's kids, and they were great, to let you know. Well, they'd just tell the kids, too, you're not going to do that. And if they back talked them, they knew better because they would call us. Then they'd get, in trouble for that. So the kids were held in check. Didn't mean kids never got in trouble. Kids are kids. It just means that was, people handled it. We had no problems. But outsiders, strangers, neighborhoods ready to go into action. I love that. They weren't mean to anybody. They didn't treat people wrong or anything like that. They just made sure you were supposed to be there. I thank God for that. There's a lot of people, you never know, especially in this day and time. And crime has increased. But anyway, that's a heavy note. But my heart does go out to those who are suffering tonight through the loss of life there. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. For those that say that President Trump is just a hack for the Jewish nation, we hear it. He just does whatever the Jewish people tell him. There's an article that he is blocking Israeli striking Iran. He opts for diplomacy. These people, they come at me too and say, "Oh, yeah, they just do whatever. It's all controlled. They got it all controlled. They do everything they want to do. They got them blackmailed. They know it's that." Well, they may have some people. They ain't got him. I'll go back to my quote about this. That it's amazing how many people think that for this massive backdoor, backroom cigar smoking, super workers that are controlling every single thing. There's a lot of that goes on to a point, but they're so stupid. I mean, if they weren't, they wouldn't fall apart. If they were that smart, they would outsmart everybody, and that's the way they make it portrayed. They're outsmarting everybody, but then it flies up in their face. So there's truth in all of that, but to a point, it's not 100%. And these people show themselves to be stupid. So where does the genius begin and the stupid end, or the stupid end, the genius begins? Where? I mean, it's amazing to me how stupid these same people that they, talk about them being geniuses and how they've got it all controlled, how stupid they are sometimes in the things that they do. So which is it? You can't have it both ways. That's like the mob. They make these movies and the mob is so smart, and they controlled everything, and well, but when you go and look at it, you find out that a lot of the mob they're just dumb people. They're just mean. They're smart enough to rip people off and to be heavies and take out people, and I mean, that don't require a lot of intelligence. But you watch documentaries on them, they talk about all the dumb things they did, the trails they left of themselves, and how they were taken down. I mean, they're supposed to be. So again, it's a little bit of both. Mankind's not inherently genius always. I mean, it's the breakdown of mankind, and mankind is, yes, sorry, stupid sometimes. In fact, many times, mankind is failures. So when does the genius begin? There are some really smart people out there, but they also do some dumb things. I'll raise my hand. I never do any genius things, but I do some stupid things. Appreciated Kim from Kim's Coffee Talk on the Rumble stream coming in here earlier. We was in her show this morning in the chat. And appreciate her coming by doing that. I know she's busy. Very successful podcaster. What a ray of sunshine she is. We'll give a shout out to her. If you have Rumble, if you don't, get it. Add it to the collection. It don't hurt you to download it. Get you an account and follow Kim's Coffee Talk from Georgia, just like we are. She's the middle defense. We've got militia north, militia south. She's militia middle of the state. Don't take that wrong way when I say militia. Just having fun. Killer Carl, also on the Rumble side. Awesome dudes from Ohio and Pennsylvania. They just tell it straight on like it is. Angry Conservative 1981 in here earlier from the great state of Alabama. Thank you so much. You're a blessing. And the Empty Pockets podcast with James. It's a very new podcast. Common Sense on display. Our friend Steve at Half Pine Forge, the Celtic Blacksmith as he's known. Follow him on X and Rumble. And I think he has a Facebook too, maybe an Instagram. But he's very active on Rumble and X. He has a store. Check it out. We put his card up often. These are people that we really like. Now, there's others we like too. It's hard to remember them all. These are the ones we're close to. Just awesome people. Let me not forget. Just went blank. My brain. It's been a long day. I'm tired. Oh, it'll hit me in a minute. Don't want to forget our friend in Ireland. And if you happen to be out there, come in and post it in here for me, because you're amazing. But I love all these podcasters. They're so awesome. They do so many great things and just enlighten my day. I love it. Also want to give a shout out to the voice of rural America, who's out there from Blue Ridge, Georgia. We have a lot of great podcasters in Georgia. And don't forget our friend Jake Husden. He's broadcasting all over the place from the great state of Mississippi. It was a big help to us. If you have a podcast, put it in the chat. We'll advertise for you. There's so many. There's some that's been out there for a long time. Some are new. Some says, hey, I want to try a channel. I had a guy today tell me, I've been thinking about doing it. I don't know how to get started. I said, buddy, just start. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Make sure you're going to do it before you buy anything. Start with whatever you have. Free. Look at anything free you can do and just start doing it. Even if you have to record it and post it up. That's still a podcast. We do most of ours live. There are some recordings, though. Early on, we recorded everything. We couldn't go live. But we got the ability to do that, and we go live now like we are tonight. Is it live or is it Memorex? I'm looking at myself on 4 different screens right now, but they're all the same. So I guess it's live. If it ever starts talking back to me, then we're going to be in trouble here. Trump says he's in no hurry to attack Iran over the nuclear program. A lot of politics at play on this one. A lot of politics. He also says the Ukraine minerals deal could come next week. That's pretty big. Corner in China. China cut us off. No more for you, Americans. Okay, we got friends. They're in low places, but we got friends. Zelensky. He's our friend in low places, and Putin. Still a lot of violence over there, but we'll have to get into an area where now hopefully we won't have anything to do with it other than they dig it up, put it on a ship, and sell it our way. I would hate to see American workers on the ground and Russian missiles coming in and hitting Americans. That would be an escalation we do not need. God help them. It would be bad. But it's nice to know that we can get that. The Taiwanese are working with us on the chips. We're going to escalate things in Greenland. We sure will. We have already tightened up the Panama Canal. The president is working on isolating China as much as you can around the world for strategic purposes, and so that we won't be tied in with them so deep that we can't function. You know, all these administrations have been so deep in, had the Saudis and others in their pockets, and the Chinese and everybody else, they sold us down the road. Their foundations got rich, but they took it easy on them and said they're our friends in the area. And then they would turn around and do horrible things. Called a little blackmail. Oh, we gave you money. It gives us a little freedom to do some carnage over here. But definitely the Chinese are a threat, and there's lots of work going on right now and the news substantiates that. So we'll see where that goes, but he's not moving quickly. Mike Huckabee says he's going to place a prayer for Trump at the Western Wall. That's nice. And I'm not saying you have to go do that. I'm saying if you go, it's of course the Orthodox do that, but there's a touristy part of it too, that people want to go pray and put their prayer in the crevices of the rocks. I don't think there's no extra power or nothing there. Prayer to God is prayer to God, but it's a powerful place where so much happened that's biblical, and the Bible just comes alive to be in those areas, and people do that. They have to wash those out every once in a while. There's that many that are put in the wall of where they can reach. And so it's they have to come through every so often and wash those prayers out. But I guess for a little while, your prayer sits in the crevices of the rocks there. Interesting. It's a ceremonial thing. It's cool. I'm not mocking it or nothing. I'm just saying that it's interesting. So we'll kind of see that. But I like Mike. I do. I've always liked him. He's a funny guy, good musician, good talk show host. Good conservative. He's really done well for himself. He really has. He's done well for himself, positioned himself well. So we'll see. We will see. All sporting activities at Florida State have been suspended in light of the violence there. That's pretty standard. I'm sure it will have some sort of impact. As you think of all the sports that are going on, that'll cause some rearrangements of schedules for other teams and stuff. It's a very, very sad story. The shooter himself was a longstanding member of the Leon County Sheriff's Office Citizen Advisory or Youth Advisory Council. He was well known. His parents were well known. He had been engaged in a number of training programs that we have. They said it was not a surprise to us that he had access to weapons. You always wonder. He's not dead, so maybe he'll talk, maybe not. That would be very, very difficult for the police officer parents. Your child has committed this awful crime. No matter what your service is in the community, that's going to cause some difficulties, because I'm not saying they're out. I don't know that they're out on patrol or anything like that. They've been around for a while. They may be in other jobs, but still, that would be difficult for anybody, much less a police officer. That would be very, very difficult. We'll wait for the news to come out. I'm not forming an opinion at all, just looking at it straight on. Good job. The campus police were on this almost instantaneously, and then neutralized the shooter and arrested him and took him to the hospital. So we will see. 5 people are being treated at Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. All 6 patients wounded during the shooting are in fair condition. And earlier in the day, had said one of those was in critical condition, but has now changed that to fair. They had a patrol car. The Tallahassee Police Department had a patrol car that was stationed Thursday evening near the street where the shooter's family lives, blocking reporters from approaching the home in a well-kept suburban neighborhood on the city's east side. And again, that's going to be difficult. I would say either they're going to have security for a while, or it'd be hard to get it out. Not only reporters, but probably eventually protesters. The FSU president, Richard McCullough, said he visited some of the wounded students in the hospital. He also called the campus police officers, quote, absolute heroes, end quote. And that says that the response to the shooting, quote, prevented this from being a bigger tragedy, end quote. And these people go into harm's way like that. So God bless them, standing on that wall. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sent a message posted on social media, if I could get my words right, that we are, quote, all Seminoles today. We stand by to help in any way we can. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's bigger than college name, bigger than sports, bigger than anything. Let's all be supporters today. Aiden Stickney, a 21-year-old studying business management, says he was running late to class when he saw a man get out of a car with a shotgun and aim at another man in a white polo shirt. Interestingly enough, he said the gun jammed, and the shooter rushed back to the car and emerged with a handgun, opening fire on a woman. Stickney ran, warning others as he called 911. He said, I got lucky today. I really did. I really, really did. Not luck, my friend. There's a hand of providence here. There's a reason for this. We may not understand it all, but there's a reason that you were spared. That's the way it played out. They said they have no evidence that anyone was shot with a shotgun. Interesting, he comes out with a shotgun when he has that. Interesting. I don't know. But in this case, the legacy media will be absolutely crushed that they can't cry about assault weapons. Just saying, because that's usually what happens. Now I'm sure the shotgun will be called that, even though it jammed. I don't know if it's out there, but I wouldn't be surprised to see one of them call it an assault weapon, the assault weapon jammed. I'm not saying it's out there. I'm saying it wouldn't surprise me if it's out there. Wow. You know, these things happen. Usually they play out very quickly. They don't last very long. And thank goodness they don't. But to the people involved, it must seem like time slowed down. You know, when you're in a tragedy like that, time slows. Your senses pick up, and your adrenaline rush and fear and everything else. They will unfortunately replay that. This young man, he will replay that in his mind for the rest of his life, probably in his dreams. It'd be tough. He'd be thinking about what could have happened. Junior Joshua Sermons, 20, was in the main library when alarms went off. Law enforcement officers escorted him and other students from the library with their hands over their heads. They always say hands up. You know, they don't know who the shooter is, so they always say that. This shooter, which I know you know his name, but I failed to say his name. Aiden, let's see, no, that's not it. It's Eichner. It's Eichner family. He is the son of Jessica Eichner, an 18-year veteran deputy of the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Phoenix Eichner was shot and wounded by police. I want to come back to another part. I'm looking at a Newsmax article on this. Eichner, which is interesting. Let me find that spot again because they talked about. Now I won't be able to find it. Here it is. Eichner was quoted by the FSU student newspaper in January. During a campus protest of President Donald Trump, Eichner was identified by FSU News.com as one of the 15 protesters against Trump's agenda days before the inauguration. That's new information I didn't know. He is quoted as saying, these people in the paper, these people are usually pretty entertaining, usually not for good reasons, end quote. Eichner, identified as a political science major, told the newspaper, quote, I think it's a little too late. He's, Trump, already going to be inaugurated on January 20th, and there's not really much you can do unless you outright revolt. And I don't think anyone wants that. Oh, what an idiot. Wow. Florida State University is one of 12 Florida public universities with its main campus in Tallahassee. About 44,000 students are enrolled in the university per the 2024 fact sheet. So things could have been much, much, much worse. Interesting. Was we don't know information. Was he targeting conservative students? Was he making a political statement? Was he just trying to get shot by cops and killed and failed? Homicide by cop? Was it, what was it? Interesting. There may be some other information out there, but this is just some. I was catching the news and we were going live and I wasn't really able to get caught up. So if you know something, feel free to drop it in the chat. We'd love that. But it's just scum to go out and end people's lives, like that. And again, I will reserve judgment for the parents. We don't know anything about them yet, so we don't know. It's amazing how quickly people can get information on people because of the social media aspects and things like that. sometimes they scrub that before you actually can even get to it. But internet sleuths are pretty good. They pick up on this stuff really quickly and are able to get a lot of things before anybody's able to, even after they've scrubbed it sometimes. It's horrible. 80 plus mass, 81, 84, something like that, mass shootings in the United States so far this year. Identified as 4 or more. I always thought it was 3 or more. I read today it was 4 or more. The Hindustan Times is reporting, this was rather quite a few hours ago, that his social media profile surfaced soon after the police officers identified him. Excuse me. The quote we just read was there. He has refused to speak with the officers. They're reporting this. A little more. The FSU suspect had multiple times posted against the president and was allegedly yes, here it comes, Palestinian. Nothing against the Palestinians. I'm just saying we see a little more here. Interesting, he was a political science major. You see the first kid we talked about, smart guy, right? Business major. You can use that anywhere. Political science major. Wow. Where do these people get radicalized? I mean, who's he talking to? According to another screenshot posted on X, he wrote in a post, Jeremiah 51:20. Thanks for using scripture, you loser. Of course, this is a different version I would use, but you are my war club, my weapon for battle. With you, I shatter nations. With you, I destroy kingdoms. Come on, dude, get a life. Are you speaking for God now? Like you're identifying with God? Like you're going to use your war club, your weapon for battle, and destroy the kingdom? Good grief. Wow. One person said they knew him. He was in my buddy's class. I don't know what the buddy's class is. He's a part of Tallahassee SDS and was just quoted as saying there must be a revolt against Trump in a recent protest. There is actually the article which we referenced. So people are speaking out and saying they knew this guy. I wonder, because of his that right there, that alone right there, possibly could be enough to sink mom and dad. That's where we're at. I'm not saying it's their fault, but they will come after them because of that quote, because he had posted stuff like that, and it was her weapon that he got access to, which he never made a threat, but they may have never known that he made a threat. I don't know, but that right there will be big problems for them, and if there's anything else, even more so. Wow. You see, just let the information come out, and what did they know? Did they know that this guy was protesting against? Had he said things to them? Had he been seeing anybody that was, they were talking to him about getting some help, or were they trying to talk him off the cliff on this thing? Were they identified with him in that, supporting him in that? Don't know. And in of itself, those things are not a problem until you do something like this. Then all of that rolls into the same egg basket, and lawsuits are going to be filed, and or possibly civil and or federal charges could be filed. Not saying that is for sure. I'm not a legal scholar, but that right there is damning when it's your weapon. And the change that's going to happen, this has just recently been happening, where they have went after the parents and questioned their, were they making guns, keeping them locked up? If their kid had problems, do they try to get them help? Do they keep the weapons away? And we've seen what's happened to these parents, and Now, yes, they're law enforcement. Some would say they wouldn't do anything, but I'm going to tell you the flavor right now, the fervor that's in our nation I would suggest to you that that wouldn't rescue them just because of their association. I think that could become a public outcry. If there's more, and this guy sounds like he's a mouther, he likes to run his mouth, he likes to be quoted, he likes to talk, he likes to say things. Kids knew about him, they knew what he was saying. I mean, it was in the paper, for goodness sakes. I mean, they quoted what this guy said. If there's a little more damning evidence than that, they could be in some trouble here. The phrase lawyer up applies instantaneously. They need a spokesperson. That's just the way it is. They have rights. You got to protect yourself. And if I was them, that would have been done today. You need a spokesperson. You need to limit, be as open as you can, but protect your rights, because I'll tell you that'll be what happens here. More than likely. We'll see what the investigation holds. So, everybody's worst fear is that their kid would do something like that, or something, horrible. And, basically, when they get grown, they're off and away, then they're on their own. Yes, but you have to protect, keep things away from people like that, even if that's your kid. Even the police said it wasn't shocking that he had access to guns, but those lawsuits are coming. And I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying the lawsuits will be coming, and the possibility of charges. There'll be protests about this. I'd be willing to guess that. But for the moment, bless those families that have suffered loss, and very, very sad. Oh, a nice article in the New York Post. Alleged MS-13 gang members seen sipping margaritas with the Democratic Center amid El Salvador deportation battle. New photos reveal. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, miraculously risen from the death camps and torture, now sipping margaritas with Senator Van Hollen in the tropical paradise of El Salvador. El Salvador President Nayib Bukele said in an expo Thursday night. Just goes round and round, don't it? Really suffering. He doesn't look like he's any worse for the wear. Sitting there in his civilian clothes, hat on. And a checkered collared shirt, jeans, sneakers, and a Kansas City Super Bowl hat. I said my main goal of this trip was to meet with Kilmar, Van Hollen posted on X. Tonight I had that chance. I have called his wife, Jennifer, to pass along his message of love. I look forward to providing a full update upon my return. Oh, Mr. Senator. Things ain't always as they seem, are they? They're sure not. We're run a quick commercial. Be right back. It's Dave in the AM with your Breadhead Show. So like the second time we've run the Breadhead Show. You'll be seeing more of that, absolutely. But let me run a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, Southern Fried Podcast fans. This is Dave the AM for the Southern Fried Podcast. We want to advertise for W, who's got some special things going on. So are you tired of those energy drinks that you drink and they give you the jitters and the crashes that come from the typical drink? Look no further than W Energy Drink. It's a revolutionary new beverage that will keep you energized without any of those downsides. For a limited time, folks, W is offering an incredible 30% off on everything they sell. That's right. You can stock up on your favorite flavors and save big while enjoying the smooth, sustained energy that only W can provide. I'm a customer member, and I can testify to this. I love this drink. No shakes, no crashes. And if it can help my mental acuity, I'm happy too. Awesome. They have a unique formula that provides you a perfect balance of focus and vitality without any of those unpleasant side effects that we don't want. No more of those shaking hands, crashing you in the middle of the day. Just pure, clean energy to help you tackle any challenge that comes your way. But don't wait too long. This 30% offer won't last forever. Go on over to Dubby's website now and start shopping. Remember to smash that promo code Southern Fried into the area where they ask you to put that in there, and it'll help us as well. You're still going to get the 30%, but it'll let them know that you are supporting us, and so we appreciate it today. So try Dubby Energy Drink and experience the difference for yourself. Your body and mind will thank you for making the switch to the energy drink that truly delivers on its promises. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save big and upgrade your energy game with Dubby. Don't forget, use that promo code Southern Fried. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care, and God bless. And we're back. I did watch a little bit of video of the loser idiot running around the campus firing. That video's out there. What about the video from the press conference today of Carmelo Anthony's family, and the father of the victim shows up, and they escorted him out under threat of criminal charges? It's amazing. Truly amazing. Nothing for the victim, huh? An activist group was speaking on Anthony's behalf, and the father of the victim shows up. He confirmed to Fox News Digital that he was escorted from the event under the threat of criminal trespass charges. The preliminary investigation determined that one person was asked to leave the location and did so without incident. The Dallas Police Department told Fox News Digital no offense was reported. Anthony is facing first-degree murder charges for the allegedly stabbing Metcalf to death during a dispute under a tent at a track meet. He was released on a bond that was reduced from $1 million to $250,000. The news conference addressed more than $450,000 in gifts and GoFunds that have been donated to the Anthony family after his arrest, and rumors the money was being spent improperly. Some said it escalated. The second focus was supposed to be Anthony's mother, Kayla Haynes, who read a statement on behalf of the family that was prepared by attorneys. But the event devolved into accusations of racism and bigotry, along with Alexander's admonishment of Jeff Metcalf before either topic was even discussed. What we've seen here, we've seen at the beginning, rather, of this press conference, of the father being at the press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son, Alexander said. Next Generation Action Network, from the beginning, has respected the loss of life, no matter our opinion of it. We have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss. That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character, Alexander said. He was not invited. He knows that it was inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. His son was murdered. Maybe he just wants you to see his face. So I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Alexander said Jeff Metcalf wanted to focus on politics and bigotry. How do you apply that, sir? Did he say anything that was along those lines? I think he was just standing there. Well, he has failed. There's his misquote. Into the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate and yet bigotry and yet racism. He said, we have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. So it's all about racism. Not about the case, not about the evidence. It's all bigotry and racism. Let's be clear. He said the family has not received one dime. Alexander then ranted about the Frisco Independent School District's plans to expel Anthony a month before graduation. He noted that Anthony had a 3.7 GPA and that even if he didn't go to class for the rest of the year, he would still be able to graduate. He also appeared to subtly shift blame for Metcalf's death from Anthony to the school district, intimidating that the school should have canceled the August 2nd track meet in the first place because of inclement weather. I mean, come on, dude. Ain't you reaching here? Because as a person who is the administrator of yet children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off by making the decision to expel Anthony that they do not have to make. While Frisco ISD cannot comment on an individual's student record due to student privacy laws, we can provide general information about the district protocol and relevant law. A spokesman for the district told Fox News Digital, quote, if the school recommends expulsion, which means the student is removed from school, the student is not allowed to go to any Frisco ISD property while the decision is being made, the spokesperson said. A meeting will be held where the student can share their side of the story and show any evidence. After the meeting, the district will decide whether to go through with the expulsion and will let the student and parents know. Before finally turning the conference over to Hayes, Alexander commented on Judge Angela Tucker, a black Republican, presiding over the case. But the ugly attacks on her just shows Black America has no matter who you pick in the ballot box, and that is your constitutional right, it's people out here reminding us of the black struggle in America. They continued on. I won't read it. It's all just descending into that. Now she's talking about her husband's mental health deteriorating, and her daughter's afraid to sleep in her own bed. Why is nobody came to your house? Nobody's going to come to your house. I mean, yeah, there's attacks or pressure when things like this happen, but that would be for both sides. But anyway, there's a lot here. But every case like this turns ugly. Every single one. And the legacy media is rolling up to roll them cameras on this thing because they're going to make a lot of profit. The more this descends into this type of a case, the more profit will be made. And here we go. The endless cycle, the crazy highway that we're on sometimes in America just never stops. We never get off of it because they close the exits to it and they don't want you to get off of it and they try to keep you on it. I refuse to enter. Wow. Crazy, folks. Tragic. Yes, tragic. I hate that he's in trouble, but hey, if the evidence is true, he killed someone. That is a bigger story. not what you're trying to propagate. He killed someone if that is what is found to happen. If he is found guilty, the evidence leads a jury to convict him. He is a murderer. He is not the victim here. If he is found to be innocent, then he is innocent. Oh, you never know, right? Just go to it could happen to any one of us. You go somewhere, you go to the store, go to a school function, you're going to school, you're at the little coffee shop before you go to work. It's on and on and on. Where is safe? It's hard to find because it can happen anywhere. It's amazing. As a child, I felt so sheltered from the crime. It just didn't seem to be around. We heard about it, but it didn't seem to be around. It didn't seem like that we were injured by it. And unfortunately, it is all around. Drugs, violence, mental health issues. My goodness. Pray for America. But great things are going on, and we will just have to continue moving forward. Pray for the families. And yes, we should pray for both families. And just let this thing play out. That's all we can do, right? If you don't have a Rumble channel, get you one, download it, and follow these great podcasters on Rumble. So it's a great platform. You don't have the threat of being canceled all the time. We go on a lot of streams, but sometimes we get smacked. Rumble does not do that. Get Rumble today. I'm not making any money off this. I just want you to build up Rumble. In fact, the podcast makes no money. Maybe one day it will, but we don't make any money. We pay for everything out of our pocket. We're glad to be here. We have sold a few things in our store to help offset costs, but I had someone attack me one night and said, with all the money your podcasters make, you should give to homeless. I said, well, first of all, don't judge me. You don't know what I do or don't do. Secondly, we've never made a dime. It's all a loss. They said, oh, I'm sorry. I assumed. Yes, but even if I was making money, it's not your right to judge me. I mean, good grief. If somebody go to your job place and, oh, well, you make money, you should give all of it to charity. You give what you can give. The need is always there. Jesus said, the poor you will have with you always. That's true. The poor, the homeless, the lazy. Oh, a lot of lazy today. A lot of lazy. I like to give to real causes, people where I can make a difference. And we do. We're a regular donor to those things. And giving blood. Just gave blood. Like, we set a record, I think, or at least a long-time record at our workplace for the number that was donated last week. That is awesome. 3 lives saved forever donation. Love it. Glad to be a help. Blood supply is very low in our area. Very low. It's critically low. It's truly scary. People have stopped giving a lot since those times we just came through. And it has impacted the ability of hospitals to meet the need in blood supply. I don't know about across the country, but I can tell you in our area, it is not good. So if you can give, if you do give, if you don't, you don't. If you can give or willing to give, please go to your local place that does that, here Blood Assurance, and give your blood if they can use that. Some things maybe they can't, but if they can, they'll test it because the need is great. They are screaming for positive and negative blood all across the board in our area. So I hope that you can help that way. A disaster, and we would not be ready for the blood supply needed. It's critically low. That's unfortunate. I know it's always a constant battle, but it seems to be worse now than it's been in a long time, and I hate that. So I hope they're able to fix that. Well, we're going to get off here for tonight. We'll see you first thing in the morning on the SFP Morning Show with Rob, back together again and getting into the weekend activities. Appreciate your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. In fact, that's our new business license. We are an LLC now as of yesterday. It's Southern Fried Cornbread Nation, LLC. We want to protect everything that we have. There's a lot of people trying to, take this or that and whatever. So we just put it in a place that we can hold on to those things in our state. Have a great day, evening rather. Maybe it might be day where you're at. Rest. I haven't felt the best today, but I like to come on the air. Get some rest. A lot of pollen still. It's rough. I think that's what's kind of getting to me. I can feel it. So hopefully my voice is not all wrecked over the weekend and we can function. Have a great day, great evening. God bless. We'll see you soon as we go out with a little music. And here we go.
Well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth, and when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time.